Adwa, fought on March 1, 1896, was a significant moment in African history. It was a victory for the Ethiopian forces against the Italian army, which was attempting to colonize Ethiopia. The victory at Adwa demonstrated that a European power could be defeated by an African nation, and it inspired other African nations to resist colonialism. At the time of the battle, Ethiopia was one of the few independent nations in Africa. Italy, however, had been building up its presence in the region since the 1880s. The Italian forces were well equipped and outnumbered the Ethiopian army, but the Ethiopians were led by Emperor Menelik II, who had been preparing for the invasion for years. The battle began early in the morning and lasted for several hours. The Ethiopians used a combination of modern and traditional tactics, including artillery and cavalry charges. The Italian forces were ultimately defeated, with thousands killed or captured. The victory at Adwa had several important consequences. It prevented Italy from colonizing Ethiopia and helped to maintain Ethiopian independence until the Italian occupation during World War I. It also inspired other African nations to resist colonialism and served as a symbol of African unity and pride. The legacy of the Battle of Adwa. The Battle of Adwa had a lasting impact on Ethiopian and African history. It is celebrated annually as a national holiday in Ethiopia and is recognized as a symbol of African resistance and unity. In Ethiopia, the victory at Adwa is seen as a defining moment in the country's history. It helped to solidify Ethiopian identity and pride, and it served as a unifying force for the various ethnic groups within the country. The victory also had economic benefits, as it allowed Ethiopia to maintain control of its resources and prevented Italian colonization. The Battle of Adwa also had a wider impact on African history. It demonstrated that African nations could resist European colonization and inspired other nations to fight for independence. The victory at Adwa served as a symbol of African unity and pride, and it helped to inspire Pan-African movements and organizations. Today, the legacy of the Battle of Adwa can still be seen in Ethiopian and African cultures. The victory is celebrated annually in Ethiopia with parades and cultural events, and it is recognized internationally as an important moment in African history. The Battle of Adwa serves as a reminder of the strength and resilience of African nations, and the importance of resisting colonialism and imperialism.
So